Francis Ngannou is a free man, and another setback for the UFC White House card. What does this all mean? Let's talk about it. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. This is MMA 365, greatest UFC news YouTube. Be sure to subscribe, especially because Yuri Prohaska is hosting a watch party for UFC 326 tonight. The Beaver in the Forest. He has Hot Pockets. He has Fancy Coke with the Mexican cane sugar. And the only way you can secure an invite to Yuri Prohaska's watch party is if you hit that subscribe button. About 95% of you are not subscribed. So if you're watching and you enjoy this content, then please consider hitting that subscribe button. Helps me out. Thank you. So we just got, this came out yesterday, that Francis Ngannou has officially parted ways with the PFL. They issued a press statement, and yada yada. We have great respect for Francis, but maybe we get to see Francis Ngannou fight again. Done a couple escapades in boxing. Fought Anthony Joshua. Didn't go so well, but he made a pretty penny doing that, I'm very sure. And yeah, at this point, Francis Ngannou is 39 years old, so doesn't have too many years left to really capitalize on his market revenue. But he did say today that he does plan on fighting in MMA again. So that's good news. I mean, his exit with the UFC was certainly on bad terms. But if the UFC is reaching out to Jon Jones in 2026, then I really think they should give Francis Ngannou a call. I mean, that was one of the fights that we all wanted to see a few years ago. And I just feel like Francis Ngannou does not have the same reputation that Jon Jones has. I know Jon Jones is regarded as perhaps the greatest mixed martial artist of all time, and that's a completely different sphere. But as for Francis Ngannou, I mean, he does not have a reputation for committing crimes or testing positive for drugs or steroids or anything of the sort. So I feel like there is at least 2 or 3 big money fights for Francis Ngannou, whether that's in boxing or mixed martial arts. I hope that it is with the UFC, but we know Dana White can be petty, and that kind of is my concern with Francis Ngannou signing with the UFC. If Dana White can put that ego aside and acknowledge that there is a huge fight to be made with Francis Ngannou in any capacity, right? He's someone who we want to watch. Then maybe a deal can be done. But yeah, there wasn't anything going on between Francis Ngannou and the PFL. He fought once in almost 2 years in mixed martial arts. So I consider this good news. I'm curious to see what's next for Mr. Ngannou. And next thing I want to talk about, this was last night, a UFC fight that was scheduled for the White House card fell through last minute. You have no idea what that fight was, but we all got to find out because Dana White said it himself on a live stream. Also, Hunter Campbell was on camera when he found out this news. Again, we don't know what fighter pulled out of a fight, but I suspect either there was a failed drug test or maybe if it was Kayla Harrison, maybe he got a second opinion on her injury or something like that. But yeah, I mean, they posted a promotional video or a little teaser about the White House card. They had 2 championship graphics next to, presumably next to fighter names at the very top, the whiteboard. White covered it up. Also wearing a Polymarket chain with a bunch of bling on it. I thought that was strange. I didn't know Poly Market makes chains like that. And I don't think that's a very good fashion statement. You can wear chains, but Poly Market chain I think is a little bizarre. Um, but yeah, UFC brass does not seem to be very pleased about this. But I, again, we have no idea who, but the UFC fighters who are rumored to be on this card do have a reputation for being unreliable. Cough, cough. Conor McGregor. Cough, cough. Jon Jones. Those are two heavily rumored fighters to be on this card. And again, we don't know if it's them, but the UFC, if it is them, they shouldn't have put all of their eggs in that basket when fighters who are old, past their primes, who have a lot of stuff going on in their personal lives. And yeah, I'm curious to see how the UFC pivots from this. Based on the severity of the reaction, Dana White said, I think Hunter did very bad things to himself when he got the news. Um, and I mean, we literally saw Hunter Campbell on camera when he got the news. Was not pleased. So I think this was supposed to be one of the bigger fights on the card. Um, and yeah, curious to see how they pivot. Give Bo Nickel a call. Give Joe Pyfer a call. Feel in my bones. We're gonna get one of those guys. This card. Joe Pyfer does have a fight coming up, but he doesn't take a lot of damage. He can end up on the White House card. Why not? And this just came out this morning that this is from the manager of both Ilia Topuria and Jon Jones. He posted something very cryptic on Twitter. All-night negotiation where he didn't sleep, and when we hear this story, we won't believe it. Hashtag FRM. So whether this is about Ilia or Jon Jones or both, DVD, I mean, I think it's a lock for Ilia and Justin Gaethje to be on the White House card. I'm sure the UFC gave Jon Jones a call at the White House card at the very least. But yeah, it was announced that the White House card would be revealed this week. I do think there might be at least a few fights announced tonight during the main card. That's what the UFC has been doing lately, is releasing main events on fight nights. And I think that's a better strategy than just releasing things on Instagram live stream. So hopefully tonight we not only get some banger fights, but also some big news as to what's next. That'll conclude this video for now. Be sure to subscribe to get an invite to Yuri Prohaska's VIP UFC 326 watch party tonight. He has his finest drinks and dining, and if you want an invite, you need to hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching.